Can you imagine losing your career because you couldn't keep your bias under control? Well, that's exactly what happened to WNBA reporter Natalie Esquire after months of targeting Caitlin Clark with fake news accusations of racism and unfair criticism. Esquire finally got called out, and now she's paying the price. But Caitlin Clark isn't just sitting back and taking it, she's fighting back, filing a lawsuit against Esquire, exposing the truth behind the lies, the bias, and the unfair attack she's faced. Since day one, this isn't just about basketball, it's about exposing a deeper issue within sports media. Stay tuned, because you're about to find out what's really been going on behind the scenes. But before we jump into the good stuff, take a quick second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. By joining our crew, you'll always be in the loop with the latest WNBA updates, expert takes, and breakdowns of big moves just like this. Don't miss out. We've got every angle covered, so hit that like button, subscribe, and let's dive right in now. If you haven't been following closely, let me catch you up real quick, because this story is too good to miss. Caitlin Clark isn't just any rookie. She's a kind of superstar who lights up stadiums, sets new records almost every game, and makes fans rush to arenas just to get a glimpse of her extraordinary talent. From jaw-dropping three-pointer shot from nearly half-court to pinpoint assists that leave her opponents scratching their heads, Clark has it. All seriously, she's like Steph Curry and Magic Johnson rolled into one, bringing excitement and electricity every time she steps on the court. But here's where things take a bizarre twist. Rather than recognizing Clark's exceptional skills and celebrating her groundbreaking rookie season, Natalie Esquire, the notorious WNBA reporter, took a completely different path. Esquire spent months unfairly criticizing Clark, labeling her as nothing more than a stat patter, accusing her of intentionally flopping to get calls from referees, and shockingly even suggesting Clark wasn't prepared for the toughness and physical play of professional basketball. Seriously, Natalie, have you ever even watched a single minute of Clark's gameplay?
And Natalie Esquire is not new to putting down the efforts of Caitlin Clark and what she has accomplished in the previous season.
It's almost laughable, because anyone who's seen Clark dominate knows that toughness and resilience are exactly what make her stand out. Fans and analysts alike have praised her fearless approach to the game, constantly pushing through physical challenges, double teams, and defensive traps. Honestly, if anyone's not ready for the WNBA's physicality, it might just be Natalie Esquire's credibility as a sports journalist.
Where Caitlin tried to flop. She tried to flop on what happened. Like, that little shoulder bump, it was not that serious. Okay, Caitlin, I need you to be all the way serious and for real, okay? You fell down, the first thing you did is, woo!
Now that you're caught up, let's dive even deeper into why this controversy exploded into something much bigger. Natalie Esquire isn't new to stirring the pot. Controversy seems to follow her everywhere she goes. Over the years, she's become well known in WNBA media circles, not just for her energetic personality, but also for loudly and proudly championing her favorite teams and players. In particular, Esquire has shown unwavering support for them. Las Vegas Aces, often treating them like they're the only team worth talking about. And look, we all get it, being a fan is completely fine, and it even adds some fun spice to sport discussions. But there's a crucial line in journalism when fandom crosses into bias and unfair reporting. It stops being entertaining and starts becoming problematic. Esquire's loyalty to the Aces, and particularly her favoritism towards Chelsea Gray, seemed to cloud her judgment completely. It's almost as if she put on special glasses that filtered out reality, making her see only what she wanted to.
Natalie Esquire says Chelsea Gray is the best point guard in the WNBA. That hasn't changed because she has a down year returning from injury. The disrespect on her name was ridiculous.
She consistently ignored any flaws in Gray's performance, no matter how obvious or statistically significant they were. When other reporters pointed out obvious problems, Esquire ignored them, insisting that Chelsea Gray was the best point guard in the league, even though stats clearly showed the opposite. This wasn't just favoritism, it was outright denial.
Is she better than Caitlin Clark? Statistically, nope. Is she a reporter that is standing for her favorite players? I don't know.
Let's be real, every sports fan has their favorite player, and that's totally cool, but journalists are supposed to keep their fandom in check, delivering honest analysis based on facts. Unfortunately, Natalie Esquire lost sight of this responsibility, allowing her personal preferences to distort her reporting and undermine her credibility, whether she was overlooking poor performances, exaggerating minor successes, or flat out ignoring the accomplishments of other players. Like Caitlin Clark, Esquire was dedicated to pushing narrative that supported her biases, not reality. Now here's where it gets even juicier, because Esquire's controversial approach didn't just create drama, it sparked serious questions about fairness and integrity in sports journalism. So what exactly pushed Caitlin Clark to finally say enough was enough? Let's dive deeper and find out.
For me, if Rookie of the Year was picked today, I give it to Avery.
Caitlin Clark is not only fighting for herself, but also for every athlete who has been unfairly targeted by biased media. She is challenging the narrative that allows reporters like Esquire to unfairly manipulate public perception. Let's get real here. Esquire went way too far. Her accusations that Clark was flopping or patting stats weren't just petty, they were completely unfounded. Numbers never lie, folks, and Caitlin Clark's numbers are shouting loud and clear that she's a real deal. Let's
get into the stats. First, we'll pull up best point guard in the WNBA objectively, Caitlin Clark. In her one professional season in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark came away with an average of 19.2 points.
And now comes Chelsea Gray. Yes, the same Chelsea Gray that Natalie Esquire claims to be the best point guard in the world. Get ready for a good laugh, because Gray's performance last season tells a completely different story. Gray averaged just 8.6 points, 2.9 rebounds, and 4.9 assists per game. Yep, that's right. The stats aren't even close to Caitlin Clark's. And frankly, comparing Gray to Clark at this point is like comparing a...
I believe it said last year that compromised Chelsea Gray was 10 times better than Caitlin Clark, which causes Clark fans to get on defense.
Maybe Chelsea Gray should thank Esquire for hyping her up so much, because without those exaggerated praises, people might actually notice just how average her recent performances have been. Seriously, Chelsea, ever wonder how it feels to be labeled the best without actually being anywhere near the top? Must be nice living in Esquire's fantasy world. Funny how Esquire conveniently forgot to mention those numbers right.
Natalie Esquire also claimed that Caitlin Clark was stat padding and posted this on her social media account. Are we going to be upset tonight that Caitlin tried to chase the franchise assist record when the game was already won?
And folks, this isn't just a one-time slip-up. This is part of a bigger issue in WNBA media. Clark has faced bias attacks since her first day in the league, all while players favored by Esquire get free passes. Clark's skill and talent are constantly questioned, while other players who align with Esquire's preferences enjoy unquestioned praise and protection.
I don't know what it is about Angel Reese, but there's been sort of this narrative that started about like the way she dresses. Like she's always showing too much of her body. It's her body, and it's an amazing body.
It's not just about one bad take, it's a pattern from game one. Clark has been scrutinized in ways that many other players never experienced. Instead of being celebrated and elevating the entire league, she's been nitpicked, criticized, and used as a scapegoat to fit certain narratives. Meanwhile, other players can have subpar performances, questionable attitudes, or even visible stat padding, and they're given a free pass. That's not journalism, that's agenda-driven storytelling.
Number one factor in her popularity is her ability and how entertaining she is to watch. You know, that's why fans of all races love her. That's why she's become internationally popular.
Caitlin Clark's lawsuit isn't just about one reporter.
It's about calling out a culture of favoritism and bias within sports journalism. The WNBA has been booming since Clark entered the scene, breaking attendance records and driving merchandise sales, yet Esquire dismissed her impact, attributing Clark's popularity solely to her whiteness rather than recognizing her undeniable skill and charisma. This is not only unfair, it's dangerously misleading. Let's be honest, Clark's game is entertaining. She's a walking highlight reel. People aren't tuning in just because of what she looks like. They're watching because she plays basketball. An elite level. Esquire's attempt to frame Clark's success as anything other than known is not just wrong, it's disrespectful to every player fan. And coach, you understand the game. What makes this even crazier is that Esquire didn't just attack Clark on the court, she targeted her character and reputation off the court too, trying to diminish Clark's success by suggesting it was undeserved. But fans aren't buying it, and neither are Clark's teammates, supporters who publicly backed her. Amid these attacks, Clark's genuine kindness, leadership, and sportsmanship shine brightly against Esquire's unfair criticisms. Well, you've made it this far, that must mean you're really enjoying the video, right? So why not take a quick second to hit that follow button? It's totally free, super simple, and helps us keep bringing you more awesome content, especially if you love the WNBA. Whether it's game highlights, player spotlights, or behind-the-scenes moments, we've got you covered. Plus, by following, you'll never miss a beat when it comes to your favorite teams and players. Go on, tap that follow now. All right, let's jump back. And Esquire's arguments don't hold up, but that hasn't stopped her from doubling down. Instead of acknowledging Clark's positive influence, she's worked overtime to downplay it. But no matter how many misleading claims Esquire and others push the numbers, don't lie. Clark's arrival has taken the WNBA to another level. And the fans, they see right through the bias now. Caitlin Clark isn't taking this quietly, no. She's suing Natalie Esquire, and honestly, we can't blame her. This lawsuit isn't about being sensitive, it's about fighting back against misinformation and holding media accountable. It's a powerful stand not only for her, but for anyone who's ever faced unfair criticism, especially in the world of sports where media bias can dictate narratives. influence fan perception, and even impact careers for months. Clark endured relentless attacks from Esquire, who seemed more focused on tearing her down than actually reporting the truth. But Clark isn't just a talented athlete, she's a competitor, a fighter, and a leader who refuses to let false narratives define her legacy. If there's one thing we've learned about Clark, it's that she plays to win both on and off the court, and now she's taking that fight to the legal arena, making it clear that she won't allow dishonest journalism to go unchecked any longer. Clark has been nothing but professional in handling this drama, brushing off criticism and staying focused on her game. But even the most patient athlete has limits. There's a difference between fair critique and outright misinformation.